Hey everybody, it's Lauren from It's the Kellys, and today we are going to talk about something that I get asked about every single day, and that is money while traveling abroad. I have compiled a huge list of do's and don'ts of everything that has to do with money and currency abroad. So let's check it out. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say to please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Here on this channel, we teach you how to travel often and pack well, and that includes showing you our trips as well as helping you pack and any other tips or hacks you might need to travel as often as we do. Please go ahead and like this video and comment down below if you have any sort of travel question or anything that we can help you with. I am happy to turn that into a video. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a list that I have compiled just based on my travel history alone. I have been to almost 80 countries, and these are just things that have helped me get around when it comes to money. So let's start with local currency from different countries, because that seems to be what everybody is the most confused about. Obviously, each country has their own currency. Do look up the local currency that the country you are going to has. Don't just assume, and look up the exchange rate as well. This is something you can simply Google, or of course download some sort of app. Do look up if they accept any other type of currency besides their own. If you are country hopping, you might be able to hold on to the currency from the last country because they are neighbors. They might accept it. Don't think that you can avoid cash. I know this is a huge society of credit cards. However, if you're going to go to a little market or pay a taxi or something along those lines, you will need some cash or some coins. Do go to a local ATM as soon as you arrive. Do opt for a local ATM to get your currency. Currency exchange places can sometimes rip you off and have a bad exchange rate, so local ATMs are going to give you the best exchange rate, even though you might have to pay to use it or get some sort of foreign transaction fee. Don't use an ATM that seems sketchy. I talked about this in my safety while traveling abroad video. If you get a bad gut feeling about it, just don't use it. I like to go to one at a bank during bank opening hours, just in case your card gets stuck or something bad happens. You can always go in there, but if the bank is closed, what are you gonna do? Do not use the currency exchange at the airport. It has one of the worst exchange rates everywhere. Even if you're going to want to do a currency exchange, go somewhere in town as opposed to at the airport. Do consider exchanging your money at home before you travel. This is personally what I like to do. There is a local currency exchange guy in a city nearby, and he deals with all types of currency. If it's something like a euro or a peso, it's super easy to just walk in and go there. If it's something a little bit different that not a lot of people use, then I can always call ahead and he can set it aside for me. You can also contact your local bank that you use, and usually they can give you currency, but you have to wait a little bit because they will order it. But I do really prefer to show up abroad with my money on me. Don't carry all of your cash on you at once. If you are going to exchange for 500 euros, do not have that 500 euros in your one wallet at one time. Don't. You are just going to be a huge tourist mark for pickpocketers. I want you to carry a little bit in your wallet or in your coin purse and put the rest safely tucked away. That way, if you do get mugged or pickpocketed, they're only going to take a little bit and the rest of your stuff will be elsewhere. Do consider a money belt or a theft protected purse or a coin purse that you can clip into your purse. This is very helpful for everything I just said about mugging or pickpocketing, and will help you feel a little bit safer when it comes to your currency that you have exchanged. My last little bit for local currency is don't forget that the little coins are actually pretty valuable sometimes. When it comes to euros, you can get the 1 or 2 euro coin And you can end up with a huge amount of coins by the end of the trip. So what I like to do is find a little grocery store or market that is a self-scanner where you can take the time to put all of your leftover Euro coins and then buy whatever essentials you need before you go. Okay, so let's get into cards because I know this is what most of you guys use. Do inform your bank that you are traveling. You can tell them the countries you are going to and the dates. And if you don't do that, then the bank could very much fraud you when some alert comes up in a different country and therefore turn off your card. You might not have access to that card for the rest of the trip. In the days of amazing travel credit cards, I do want to remind you to bring your ATM card or debit card with you as well. I love using my travel credit card when I travel, especially to get my points to end up getting free things. However, if I want to get cash out with the ATM, I'm not going to use my credit card. I am going to use my debit card. So I cannot forget that. However, on that note, do not use your debit card for anything but the ATM. You should really get yourself a credit card because it is a lot better when it comes to fraud and protection. That way, if somebody takes all of your money on your credit card, it's easy to get back versus if they take all the money on your debit card, that's all your money. Do get a travel credit card with 0 foreign transaction fees. If you do not have one of these, all of those little fees can add up to the point where you've spent anywhere from $60 to $600 on foreign transaction fees, depending on how often you are using your card. Don't expect everywhere to take cards. This is why cash can sometimes be king while traveling. You're going to run into a taxi real quick because you're running late for something that you purchased tickets for. However, that taxi might not take cards, so do make sure you have cash on hand as well. Do choose local currency when you are cashing out with your card. When a server brings over the little card reader and you tap it, it's going to ask you, do you want to pay in local currency or do you want to pay in USD if you're using an American card? Always pick the local currency because it's going to give you the better rate. Do act fast if your card is lost or stolen. Sometimes these people are professionals that might steal your card, or if it's lost, who knows what's going to happen to it. Call your bank as soon as possible. Don't worry, but the sooner that you do it, the better. Do research tipping in the country you are traveling to before you leave. This can be very, very helpful, say at a restaurant or in a taxi or something along those lines, to see what they expect from you. Here in America, we do about 20% for different services, and in some countries it might be 0, some countries it might be 5 or 10. So do look it up before you go. Don't forget to do the math when you are looking into buying something with local currency. They might see that you are not from there and you are holding a bunch of currency and that you haven't figured out how much is what, and they might try to scam you. So do try to do the math. Either get yourself an app or know the exchange rate, so when you're looking into buying something or wanting to barter, you actually know what you are talking about. Last but not least, do look up how much things cost in that country before you go, because you might be surprised. If you are going somewhere like Thailand or Bali, you are going to be extremely surprised as to how cheap everything is. However, if you're going somewhere like Switzerland or Iceland, you are going to be completely sticker shocked at how expensive everything is. And I just want you guys to be prepared as to how much you might spend. All right, guys, so those are my do's and don'ts for money while traveling abroad. Do let me know if this video was helpful for you. And of course, if you have any other questions, please put them down in the comments and I will be happy to answer them for you. If this video was helpful for you at all, please subscribe to our channel. It would really help us out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.